So, study engineering and management in Germany. Here are our guests. Professor Grossmann and Professor Schulte are here. Thank you very much for your time. The organizer of today's session is My German University, which is Germany's largest study program database. As bachelors, probably you are searching for bachelor programs, and it's also pre-selected for you here. So you can find the programs there with multiple filters that can be combined and then sorted according to your desire, so that you can find a suitable program in a short period of time. For example, you already have your IELTS or TOEFL tests available, and you are searching specifically for programs that are accepting this level because you don't want to do exam one more time. So you can already pre-select this filter, and the program will show you all the available programs available. In case you are searching for programs that still have deadline open or other things, you can always combine different filters and see what are the options for you. For bachelor's and master's applicants, we have more than 200 articles. Those articles are about different topics like scholarship, uni-assist, how to study bachelor's in Germany, how to apply, about 𝘗𝘪𝘵 scholarships. For 𝘗𝘪𝘵 scholarships, I know you always have questions about them, and we have even country-specific scholarship lists. For visa, we have visa waiting time and so on. Again, country-specific. So we try to be informative and also update information according to the new regulations. And in case you have inquiries in this regard, let me know. I will also share the links to articles in chat as well. Our webinars. Today you are joining one of the subject webinars, and the aim is to present to you the study program for potentially your future study program, so that you can already connect with your study program coordinators, directors, representatives. But we also have general webinars when we present broader topics like uni-assist, visa, opportunity card, blocked account, and so on. And there it's only me or my colleagues doing the presentation and then taking your questions for 30 minutes as well. So feel free to join them as well in case you are interested. This is our team. We are based in Hamburg, Germany. We are counseling in different languages, and we are happy to share our experiences international and from the German colleagues' German experience, how it feels studying and working and living in Germany. On the top part of, on the lower part of the slide, you can also see our founders who have worked in their offices in different countries. Now, if you check engineering and management programs, I did a small search for you, and there are 152 bachelors. So probably you are not going one by one to check all of them. So you select some filters or see featured programs, and then you can combine all of that and see shortlist maybe 10 or 15, and then see where you want to apply. We also have subject pages. I'm a big fan of those subject pages because they are very informative, super interactive, and you can also see what other people, what other students are selecting, which programs they are browsing, and so on. And those subject pages are in management and engineering, and you can see a description of the subject, tuition fees, application admission requirements, language requirements, and so on. Very, very important, especially for bachelors, is to really understand the program. I mean, of course, you will not know what the titles of different subjects are, probably, but you need to understand the study program. It's and not be guided only by fees or rankings, because each program is unique its own way. And I have had cases when people have applied to a program because there was a specific professor they wanted to attend his or her classes. So it's and then in case you need to write a motivation letter and you really understand the program, the motivation letter will be also really great. Briefly about the universities in Germany, there are universities, the universities of applied sciences. Frequently asked question is, if I do a program at the University of Applied Science, will my degree be recognized internationally? Of course. The only difference, which can be also different in different universities, universities is that programs offered by universities are usually more research and theory oriented, and universities of applied sciences usually have application practice oriented programs. But again, going back to my previous slide, there could be exceptions on both sides. So please check programs and see what they offer. And when you apply to any program, so here is example of a master, but it's also relevant for bachelors, please check qualification requirements. If you meet qualification requirements, you can also do yourself a pre-check. I will also share 2 links now for bachelors if you have direct access to a study program, or you need to do a 𝘱𝘢𝘕𝘂𝘳𝑗𝑒 or prep course or 1 year of studies in your home country, and you can see it yourself. It's really easy to see it. You can use their database for this, or Anabin database, to see if you have university entrance qualification for German university. Okay, so with this boring part is done, because I would like to give the mic to Professor Dr. Annette Grossmann, who will be presenting Bachelor Engineering, Business Engineering Logistics program from Heilbronn University of Applied Sciences.
Talk about the Heilbronn University of Applied Sciences, and this is the study course I'm representing. And representing is called Business and Engineering Logistics. So I try to flip through the pages quickly. What you see first, I have to manage something here. It's so many things that I see. So what you see here is our beautiful campus. It is, I would say, the most modern campus in Europe. We're very bold about this. It is brand new, and you don't see this often. This is our library. It's a beautiful new library. This is our building here. It's like a green space in the middle. It's very beautiful. So just to give you this info. So we are in South Germany, and South Germany is where all the companies are, where the business is. Therefore, remember South Germany, surrounded by villages. So here is, you see my mouse? I hope you do. This is in the circle. I mean, Munich is close if you live somewhere in a region like, let's say, Asia. So you would say Munich is close, Nuremberg is close, Würzburg is close, Frankfurt is also close. So this is South Germany. Heart of red wines, Germany, red wines production, yeah. Pittoresque villages. So center of Germany, or South Germany, so 600 kilometers to Berlin, 300 to Munich, and 600 to Paris. Actually, if you live in Europe, you will notice that everything is really close compared to when you live somewhere else. In the US, nothing is really close. You cannot walk anywhere. Here, you can walk. You can walk. So I clicked, I'm sorry. So University City of Heilbronn is a medium-sized southern German town. If you look for some place to study, try to find a small city, because managing in a big city means really trouble to get around. You know, you can live in a city like Berlin where it takes you like an hour to get to somewhere. In Heilbronn, it takes you like 10 minutes to walk. Wow. Okay, companies in this region are the companies that you see here. Maybe you know some of them, maybe Porsche or Audi or 𝘱𝘢𝘕 or Lidl, very famous. So companies that are located in our area. So University of Applied Science means you are in contact with those companies early on. That is important, because you don't study because you want to study, at least in my opinion. University of Applied Science is you study because you want to get a good job afterwards. So this is the campus you see here. This is our campus, and we have 3 other campuses which are close, but not really. So you will be studying with business and engineering in this area. So Faculty of Business is the biggest faculty in our university. We live, or we reside at this beautiful campus here. This campus is huge, and it's going to be extended in the next couple of years. We have this a big sponsor, the richest person of Germany. You have to Google maybe who that is if you're interested in who that is. Some Germans don't even know that person. Very secret. So Faculty of Business, beautiful buildings, library, campus. We have a beautiful dining hall. Everything is brand new. So we have 1,000 students at this business faculty, 4 masters, 4 bachelors, partner universities worldwide, and we have courses, over 45 courses in English each semester. The course we are talking here is business, engineering, logistics, or you see it different here in my presentation, which is not really good, but maybe you manage. It's like business and engineering. At the moment, it's business, engineering, logistics. It contains business and engineering with a little bit logistics sprinkled in. We have other study courses in this faculty as well. This is basically everything you will study. This is maybe a bit much now for the moment, but if you look at that, this is 7 semesters. 1 semester is an internship. That means you go to a company and you work there for money. The rest of the times you not get paid. So this is, and then semester 7, you do a bachelor thesis in a company with the company. You have 2 electives. You can choose technology and AI, or you choose business. And then you go this way or that way, and you have a specialization that is tailored to your elective. We also have master's programs which are connected to the faculty. We have lots and lots of labs. We have guest lectures. We have student clubs, student companies, call projects with international students. General information from the international office. We have a big international office. They take care of exchange and also of degree seeking. We do have university dormitories. We have campus labs. We have on-campus dining. What we don't have, like in the American system, we don't have really on-campus living and learning. So, I mean, we have campus dormitories, but they are not really at the same location. If you would compare to an American university, it's really more an independent living. But if you come to Germany, you're already aware that you have to manage your life yourself. So we have, based from the international office, we have orientation weeks, campus tours, excursions, monitoring program, and what we also include early on, German language classes, because we think integration works in a direct way. You speak German, you learn German, you interact with German students and German professors, English students. This is, in our opinion, the way also to get a mixture from students and not just, students from one country. And that is the easiest, but that is not, I think, a good idea. So we have an intensive buddy program. Every student that wants to can participate. There are parties, there are welcome parties, exchange parties for exchange students, but also for graduating students. Intercultural monitoring programs for international full-time students, which are not exchange students. Student life, students hang out together often, maybe not as much as American students, but they spend their free time together. I mean, while you study, you get to know the other students, and that is a super interesting time in your life. I do remember when I studied, I will never miss this, the experience, and you have to make most out of that. So cost of living in our region, in Heilbronn, you pay an administration fee, and you have these numbers you see here for living, and in Baden-Württemberg, which is a region of Germany, you have to pay 1,500 euro tuition fee for international students per semester. You could say only 1,500, but I have to tell you, Baden-Württemberg wants students, international students, to pay. But I learned in my last semester here, organizing the study course, the money is not the issue. You have to go for a place that really offers you international education where you feel welcome. That is important. You have to look for something like that. So reasons to study in Heilbronn, it's an engineering education. German engineering is really famous in the world, and I think you should try to become an engineer in Germany, feel like an engineer in Germany, become an engineer in Germany, and then earn good money because you are a German educated engineer in Germany. I'm an engineer myself, so I know what it means. I studied mechanical engineering, and I can recommend that. So we have a information web page. Nino will show or link a copy into the chat, and we have time for questions.
I'd like to also show the screen that I'm prepared. I do have a picture from Professor Schulte available, and yeah, Technische Hochschule Ostwestfalen-Lippe will be speaking
Good afternoon,
second.
everybody. Thank you very much for being able to presenting the degree program General Engineering of our University of Applied Science and Arts. And first, I would like to introduce the degree program itself. General Engineering is international degree program. It's a very wide range of possible specifications in different engineering fields. So the main aspects are orientation, integration, and practice. And here you also have the QR code to our webpage, but I think that can be also forwarded later on. So let's start with the key features of this degree program, General Engineering. It's international, of course, and 8 semesters, and it's bilingual, which means that we are starting in English and we are switching to German after the 4th semester. So in the first 4 semesters, you will have German courses as well. And yes, that is for preparation for a career in a German company. So this is very important for the integration. And so it's a very important part of our program. Then a second important feature is that we have an orientation phase for general career in engineering. I'll share this later, but the first 2 semesters are on the orientation phase where you do not need to decide which specification you would like to have later on. Then we have a practical internship semester, which is part of the program, and this is for gaining practical experience in regional companies. So you will join a regional company, and it's at the time. And afterwards, in the second phase, a specialization is possible in a very wide range of engineering fields, but I'll come back to this later. And as another key feature, we have a parallel intercultural program and competency transfer, which is also part of the idea of integrating you into the international studentship and also international field here in our university. Well, so the key objectives which we have with this general engineering program is that you get an assurance that you're studying the right subject. So the idea of this orientation phase is that in the first phase, you do not need to decide for which specifications you want to go with. And you have plenty of time to get a first experience with different fields. Then the practical part is that you can really gain practical experience at an early stage. you have the chance to be qualified for a career in a German company afterwards. And we have also scientific introduction, because we at our university, we have a strong relation to research work. I'll show you this later on. And you can also be part of this research work, where you can participate in our research groups and our research projects. Finally, we think that this is a very good path for your study, a pleasant environment with international and also German-speaking students. And our responsibility is here to give the best best possible support in learning, deepening your knowledge, and applying it. And since we are also a small university, the professors and all other employees are always available for you and open for questions all the time. So it's the same as in Heilbronn, as Professor Grossmann told you. It's a small university, and but the advantage is that you have available professors all the time. You can speak to the professors all the time. Okay, about the degree program itself. The first 2 semesters are a kind of starting or orientation phase. And in the first 2 semesters, there is no specialization. So everybody, all students in the program have the same courses, which are basic courses in engineering, natural science, programming. Then we have a laboratory project and also parts for intercultural competences. The second phase, which is the 3rd and 4th semester, is a kind of preparation phase. In the 3rd semester, you already have some subjects which are relevant for your chosen specification field. So after the 2nd semester, you need to do a kind of decision, but it's not 100% fixed. You still have the choice or the option to change. The 4th semester is then the practical semester, or internship semester, where you join a company in our region. And the first 3 semesters, all lectures will be in English. And in parallel, we have German courses starting at level A2. And in the 4th semester, it finishes with level B2. And of course, the 4th semester is in a company, so the language depends how the company is handling it. It could be a kind of German-English mixture, because since you're then in the B2 level stage, it's of course an interesting idea to practice German when you're joining the company. After the 4th semester, the 5th to 8th semester, this is a specialization phase. In the specialization phase, you're joining the German courses, the German subjects, which are in our German degree, integrated in our German degree programs as well. So all the lectures of the same is in German, but you still have German courses to obtain a C1 level until you finish the program. And in this 5th to 8th semester, all courses are corresponding to our German degree programs. So you're integrated into the studentship together with German students. So that's the basic idea. So we have an orientation phase. We have English lectures in the first part, in parallel German courses. Then we switch to German as a lecture language. Still having German courses, and at end of the program, and when you get your degree, you also have a C1 level in German language. So you are well prepared for a career in German companies, for instance. And in the beginning, you do not need to make a fixed choice for what engineering field you want to specialize. Because we have the 2 semesters which are completely together for all the students. Well, let's have a deeper look to the first 2 semesters. Here you can find courses like mathematics, but also natural science, chemistry, physics, and engineering courses in electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, programming, basics of digitalization. Then the practice course, and of course the German courses, which are here the A2 and the B1 level courses. The specialization can be chosen from 9 different fields. So I have just 8 fields here, but we have actually 9. I had not enough place on the slide to put 8 fields on it. So it's electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering as 2 very basic engineering fields, but also mechatronics. That's this typical mixture between electrical, mechanical engineering, computer science. But we also have computer science and a little more specialized food technology, that is industrial food production, food design, life science technology, which is related to other fields, wood technology, also a little special. It's wood engineering, so for furniture production, furniture industry, stuff like that. And as a double field, digital product engineering and virtual product development, that are actually 2 different options, which are here in 1 field, which is also more special, related to the field of production engineering. So a wide range of specializations you can choose from. And again, in the first 2 semesters, you do not need to choose anything. In the 3rd semester, there is a first choice, but still the option to change. And starting from the 5th semester, you are more or less fixed, or of course you can change, but it's then much more expenditure because you need to do extra courses, of course. Yeah, what is the necessary for admission? Of course, you need an appropriate educational background, that is general university entrance qualification or some special university entrance qualifications, which can be checked together with our international office if you're more interested in details. And what we actually need is very good knowledge in English, that is at least the B2 level. And also we expect that German A1 level is already, that you already have a A1 level in German. So we can't start with a O level or with no German language knowledge. Okay, that's basically the program. I also want to present a little bit about university. As the university in Heilbronn, our university is quite small, so we are located also in the middle of Germany. So it seems for me that also Heilbronn and OWL is in the middle of Germany, but of course that's a question, what is the middle? Well, we are located here in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia, which is the most populated state in Germany, with 80 million people living in North Rhine-Westphalia. And OWL, it's not owl, it's not a bird, it's the German abbreviation for Eastern Westphalia and Lippe. So it's a little funny to have Eastern, West, but Westphalia is a region, and Eastern is the eastern part of this region, Westphalia, and Lippe is an extra district. But we are here in the east-north part of Northern Westphalia, so a little north from compared to Heilbronn. And our region itself, we are here in the district of Lippe, and the degree program is located in our location in our site in 𝘱𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘈, which is a small city as Heilbronn. About 50,000 people are living here. And so, yeah, we're also a small university. Yeah, some numbers about our university. We have about 6,000 students altogether, about 3,000 here in 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘈, 3 locations, 𝘱𝘕𝑚𝑔𝑚𝑔𝑚𝑔𝑚, 𝘱𝑚𝑔𝑚 hexe, but we are talking about 𝘱𝑚𝑔𝑚𝑔𝑚. We have about 160 professors, 650 employees, and there is a quite large research budget. So we are also a University of Applied Science, but we have a very strong relation to research work. We have about 24 million euro research budget per year. Our region is also has a nice landscape. You can see some pictures here. So we have a lot of forests and fields, some hills. So our region is very nice for outdoor activities like hiking and mountain biking, for instance. And it's also a region where we have a strong industry that is especially industry in the field of automation, mechanical engineering, but also food and furniture industry. So you can see here some sites, and here at the bottom, that is the Fraunhofer Institute, Research Institute, which is also located in 𝘱𝘱𝘕𝑔𝑚𝑔𝑚, close to our university. This is the campus in 𝘱𝘱𝘕𝑔𝑚𝑔𝑚. It's called the Innovation Campus. It's also, and not all the buildings are brand new, but I think about 70% of the buildings are erected in the year 2010 to 2024. So we have some very brand new buildings. Our main building, however, is an older one, but completely modernized. So I can show it here. This building, and you can see it here as a photo. So it's completely modernized. It's perfect for learning, for teaching. And as mentioned, we have a lot of research work, or a lot of research projects at our university. We have 6 different research institutes which are related to different fields of engineering. So Institute for Industrial Information Technology, which is in the field of electrical engineering and computer science, a Life Science Institute, which is related to food technology, for instance, an Institute for Energy Research, which is also related to electrical and mechanical engineering, but also Institute for Science Dialogue, Design Strategies, and Creative Institute, but they are located not in 𝘱𝘱𝘕𝑔𝑚𝑔𝑚, but in 𝘗𝘓𝑚𝑔𝑚 as a location. I don't want to go into, or I don't want to present too much which is related to research, but a very interesting research work which covers several engineering fields like electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, computer science. But it's a project monocap. The monocap is a railway vehicle which just runs on one rail. The idea is that the vehicle is possible to, 2 vehicles are able to pass each other, so we can operate the vehicle in both directions. And this research project is mainly driven by employees of our university, but also by students. So this is just one example, but if you want to participate in such research work, it's also the possibility if you join our degree program, General Engineering. Another movie about this single railway vehicle. Yes, campus life is also very important, as Professor Grossmann stated before, and we have also a lot of possibilities for campus life, and especially for our international students. There are several programs. We have an international office which is organizing a lot of stuff. We have a students group of different international students, an African group, for instance, and also Chinese group. And so, I think it's for any international student, 𝘈𝘥𝘷𝘦 is a good place for being here, for joining the programs, especially the general engineering program. And yes, I would appreciate if we can welcome you next on our campus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Schulte, from our side as well for the presentation. We still can, yeah, no, good. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Professor Grossmann, once again for taking the questions in Q&A. Let us start, and we can voice some of the answered ones. We can, maybe you have anything to add and so on. So we will start with the discussion. Both of you mentioned internship, and there were a few questions about internship. So I'll ask this question to both. We could start with Professor Grossmann and then Professor Schulte. The first question was about where to do an internship. Can one do an internship in his or her own country? How do you assist, or if you assist in finding, because especially in bachelors, people are sometimes scared. And the very important question, or interesting question, at least for me, was, is it necessarily that the person does this internship in a specific semester that is written in the course description, or is it flexible?
Usually,
so, Professor Grossmann.
Usually, University of Applied Science has the 5th semester as an internship. It is a big discussion, really, when to go into a company. One side says, we want you to go late because we want you to know everything. But the other side says, no, we want you to go early because we want you to learn as much as you can. And therefore, semester 5 is really a perfect option. And what I always see, I send students away in semester 4 and I receive them in semester 6. And in between, they have been at the internship and they know so much. They learn so much. They know what not to do. They know all the mistakes they made. And they say, oh my God, why did I was so stupid before? So it's a wonderful moment. But, sometimes something happens. You don't find a place. You stay longer, no problem at all. But if you start and say, I do my internship, no, you have to finish your basic semesters, meaning semester 1 and 2. So Grundstudium, basic studies, semester 1 and 2, you have basically in reality have 4 semesters for that. You have to finish those in order to go.
Mm-hmm. Can one do this internship abroad? Is it mandatory to do it?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Certain rules, certain, it needs to be a company. It's not like, I help my parents at home. So
yeah, of
it's
course.
a company, some.
Mm-hmm. And like you also mentioned, sometimes it's not possible to find a place because somebody applied late or so. Does the career center help with that, or do you have, or it's usually students searching themselves?
The student's job, but we do send information all the time because companies know us and they know our students. In most cases, students come back or they are in their internship semester and they say, I have a spot. I want to recommend someone who is interested. So those jobs are shared.
Mm-hmm. Great. Yeah, Professor Schulte.
Okay, yes, we have the internship semester in semester 4. This is because this is a semester before we switch to the German courses. So it matches better have it in semester 4, not in semester 5, but that does not make a big difference. You can do the semester in any company, also in your home country. However, we recommend to do it in a German company because it is just for deepening your German language knowledge. And you need to apply for such an internship semester at the company yourself, but we have very good relations to local companies. And we can provide the contacts and we can provide recommendations so that it shouldn't be any issues to find an internship. So we already talked to a lot of companies who will we provide internship possibilities for internship. About the fourth semester, you also can switch the internship semester to another semester, of course, because in such a program, nothing is really fixed. However, it's more complicated for you to arrange your courses and to arrange your program.
Mhm. Thank you so much. Another question that actually I assume it will come in, and I mentioned briefly about the university entrance qualification in this short introduction, but I know many people joined us late. So I just shared the link from 𝘸𝘪𝘵 once again in chat. This is from its database on admission requirements. You can select the country from which you have your high school certificate or diploma, however it's called in your home country. And it will have follow-up questions. So if, for example, you select Norway, then you need to select then what kind of diploma or certificate you have. And the system at the end will tell you if you have direct access or do you need to do, it can be direct access, it can be subject restricted direct access, it can be you need to do a 𝘗𝘢𝘕𝘺𝘺𝘳𝘵𝘪𝘚 or prep course, or as already mentioned, you can do 1 year of your 1 year of bachelor studies in your home country in related fields that you want to then study in Germany, and then this will compensate for the third Abitur class. So you don't have to do, or you then do a 𝘗𝘢𝘕𝘺𝘺𝘺 in Germany, but it will be in German. Of course, you can go for private 𝘗𝘢𝘕𝘺𝘺𝘺s, which will also cost some money, and then, but you need to make sure that the German university is recognizing the final exam from this 𝘗𝘗𝘕𝘺𝘺𝘺, which is not, for example, German. The link is in chat, but I would like to also ask both of you, what's most important when you go through the applicants? If you have limited spaces, or if it's not without admission restriction. And then the question was, are there any entrance exams or anything additional based only? Is it only based on the grades? It was for Professor Schulte, but I think it's nice to also hear from Professor Grossmann. So let's start with Professor Schulte, maybe because it was to whom the question was directed, and then.
Okay, can you please just repeat it, because I really got it.
Yeah. Do you have additional entrance exams for international students? Is your admission based only on grades? And if so, how do you usually select applicants in case if you have restricted spots available?
I'm really not sure if I understand the question correctly. About the grades, do you mean the language grades or?
High school grades, maybe if you check, okay. For physics, yes. Or I don't know, any subject.
Actually, I have to say I'm not an expert on this grades. The best way is to check with our international office what grades are accepted. But generally, I don't think that it's really a big issue about the grades. Because if you have university grade which allows you to go to university in your country, it should be okay for our university as well. Is it the question basically? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But what grades are really accepted or what grades might not be accepted exactly, that is sometimes a little difficult question. So I would recommend to ask experts at our international office about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Professor Grossmann, before you start, yes. I would like to really briefly show to this attendee. So for both programs, it's also relevant for the other program as well. When you go to of course, you can go to the course website and it has much more information, but you can also check in the study finder, what are the qualification requirements. So in this case, there are no admission restrictions. So you need to meet these 3 requirements. And once you meet them, then you can apply to a study program. The explanation about different certificates they accept and what are, for example, exceptions and so on, all is written here. You can see there is no admission restriction. You need to apply via UniAssist, so you need to register there and pay 75 euros, but it's cost from UniAssist, not from the study program. And then you have the list of documents that you need to submit, and if there are additional explanations necessary, you can also see them here. And I also posted this student service email in chat. If you need further details, feel free to contact them. Yeah, Professor Grossman.
Thank you.
You say,
Perfect.
yeah, everything you're really good. You know us better than we do. But it is actually the case in most German universities for applied science that there are no entrance tests and for the bachelor, and there is no restriction where we say you have to have this and that grade, because we assume, like Professor Schulze said, we assume you have your A levels. And that qualifies you to study. Sometimes I see, because what you have to do in Baden-Württemberg, our county, to have your certificates registered, either by UniAssist or by a place in Constance, but UniAssist, yes. And number one, UniAssist works for everyone, so you have one application with UniAssist, and then you send it to everyone you want to go. Number two, sometimes it is limited. Sometimes it says you are allowed to study this and that, maybe informatics. I had this candidate from India, and so he was only allowed to study pure informatics. So this depends. If you have some basic skills missing, somehow UniAssist will tell you.
Exactly. Thank you, Professor Grossman. For Heilbronn case, you need to apply. You need to verify your documents in Studienkolleg Constance, and but unlike UniAssist, then it's free of charge. But please take into account that this procedure takes time, so you need to apply early. So that you have this verified documents, which you send then to the Heilbronn. For the Professor Schulte's program, you need to apply by UniAssist, but in this case, please check the application window, because if you start searching for a program before the application window, you may not find it, and then you are scared what I'm doing wrong. You are not doing anything wrong, you just are a bit early. But it's good to be early, so you at least have all the documents ready. And yeah, as Professor Grossman mentioned, sometimes you have direct access with limited subject, and this database I shared will tell you if you have it. And also feel free to check ANABI database, which will tell you if your high school is recognized in Germany. It's in German, but there are lots of browser extensions, and you can really easily translate the page, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, another question that
I tried to answer some questions, but I left 3 questions because they were for Professor Schulze.
Another question was about specializations. Again, both of you mentioned about the possibilities, and there were a few questions in this direction. One was, can I switch if I realize later? Maybe I can add from my side. Do students get consultations, based on their performance, maybe? And the other one I saw is, the question was about the job market, so which specialization is in demand. Let's start with Professor Grossman. I see you are unmuted, so maybe you can take these questions, and then Professor Schulte.
I think we all, I mean, in Europe, we have a demographic problem. We have not enough people. So specialization is always automation. Automation, some jobs are taken from people and given to machines, to robots, to collaboration robots. This is a field if you master this field, and it's really cool and it's not super complicated, then you will, our students, when they start working, they start with 70,000 newbie income per year, which is a gross income, so you have to pay taxes, but 70,000 per year as a new worker with your Bachelor of Engineering. So this would be a field I would recommend, or any engineering degree. in Germany is good. Not too much business related. Don't do so much business because everyone wants to do business. Do engineering, become an engineer, Bachelor of Engineering, then you will have all the possibilities.
Mhm. And within your program, is it possible to switch
Yes, it is possible to
specialization?
switch, but we are still, whatever you do, you're still becoming a Bachelor of Engineering. Even if you do the business field, you're still a Bachelor of Engineering. That's very smart.
Professor Schulte.
Yes. Okay. First, I completely agree to Professor Grossman about what she told about engineering. About our about our specialization fields, they are basically mirroring all our German degree programs, and all our German degree programs in engineering are highly necessarily relevant for our local industry and local companies. So we have actually food companies in our region. We have wood companies, furniture companies in our region. We have a lot of automation industry in our region where we need mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, and I think it's basically the same all over Germany. We need a lot of engineers, and I also would agree to engineering, do not do business or something else. And about changing the specialization. So in our program, the specialization starting at least at the fifth semester is very different. So the programs are very different if you compare food technology and electrical engineering, for instance. So it's possibly also you can possibly change, but you have to do a lot of courses again, and so it's until you reach the fourth semester or the fifth semester, it's possible to change. Afterwards, it becomes more difficult, or the expenditure for you to do some other courses, of course, becomes higher, and there are almost no courses in parallel between electrical engineering, for instance, and food technology from the fifth semester. So it's possible all the time, but of course it becomes more difficult if you proceed in your degree program.
Thank you. Before I take two more questions, Professor Schulte, you mentioned some of the students were about to join. If
no, sorry, I can't find them in the list, so
okay,
I'm not
good.
sure what happened. I expected some students.
I just wanted to make sure I don't miss them. All good, all good. I just wanted to make sure I don't miss them from my side, and yeah, then all good. The last two questions we have, the first one is if somebody already has a bachelor, can I think he or do a second bachelor of, I think so. I don't know any program that doesn't accept you. It's actually, there are no restrictions. You are on a positive side, you don't have to do a Studienkolleg then, and you will be also advanced in knowledge, which means that you can even help your classmates to, if they have some troubles, and maybe you can do more electives or attend freely. Usually there are no restrictions in attending freely classes and so on. So I think, yeah, you can really easily apply and probably get also a place. And I also see confirmation from our guest. And the last question.
We have bachelors that already have bachelors, and they start with a German bachelor because it's just easier to start. You know, you already are on safe turf if you already have a bachelor, and then you do another bachelor. It's easier actually in a way than saying, "Oh, I'm doing a master now."
Yes.
And then you are already in the environment, and you can apply for master and maybe even do a PhD.
Absolutely.
I don't know. You get lots of connections at the university. I believe it's the same with Professor Schulte.
Yes, of course.
And the last question is about scholarship. I know this topic is also outside of what you directly do because it's managed by 𝘸𝘪𝘵 or other organizations. But in case you have something offered by the university that you want to share, I saw one answer also from Professor Grossmann about an initiative that pay now or study now, pay later thing, similar thing.
No. We pay, you study, we pay. This is they have the
okay.
program in Künzelsau in our location, so I can I find this, yeah. A scholarship. Usually scholarships are hard to get by, but because at a university we give scholarships to exchange universities, to universities we already know, and not to just individual persons. But this, I will look for the link. They will give scholarships to people. You study, we pay.
Professor Schulte, do you have any extra initiative from the university?
Yes. There are some local scholarships from companies, and also for an organization which is funded by some companies in the region. However, these scholarships are not specially for international students, but they can only also got by international students. So, but I can't find the link right now. So
okay, no problem.
It's possible. Of course, there are the scholarships which are available all over Germany, but actually we have right now we have no special regional scholarships for international students.
Yes, scholarships for German students or everyone basically. It's called 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘈, which is also which also can go to international students.
Right.
And this is what companies give money to universities, and then university distributes the money to the student. This is really also an effective way. But that's not really, I mean, this is 300 euro, I think, per month, which is something, but it's nothing really. It's like a full scholarship you can live on. But everyone can probably be able to get this 300 euro scholarship, but also not right away, meaning you have to be there and apply. So I put this scholarship, the real scholarship, in the chat. Find this, please.
And maybe before we finalize and I start my thank you rounds, I want to show you a page where you can find information about scholarship. This is general information. And then there are country-specific scholarships offered from 𝘸𝘪𝘵. Why I'm showing 𝘸𝘪𝘵 right now is because usually 𝘸𝘪𝘵 has full scholarships, and for specific groups of countries and subjects, they have scholarships available. So you can check this. From right away, I want to mention that there are much more options for master's applicants in terms of scholarships compared to bachelor's, and this has its own reasons. However, it does not mean that you cannot apply. You can also apply to promotion of talent organizations that are also offering scholarship. In comparison to 𝘸𝘪𝘵, then you might be asked to provide German language skills, which is also in benefit for you. And as for the mentioned the 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘵𝑠tipendium or others, you need to be enrolled in a study program and at least finalized usually one semester, and then you can apply. Or sometimes, like, it depends on a program, sometimes you need to do 1 year, 1 semester, so but you need to be already in Germany enrolled at a study program. But there are lots of options. So even if it's 100 euros, it's always nice to get appreciation for your efforts, and at least some bonus. All right. I believe we answered.
Hold on, yeah. I put some links to scholarships into the chat here too. I cannot really start a question, but I can put this to some above chat. There's also, I'm sorry, Nino, for interrupting you. There's also we have this MINT scholarship for master students that, so there's some integration scholarship, which is also pretty cool, where you already have a bachelor or maybe master, and then you integrate in the German job market. That's, yeah, they gave this program to us. Pretty cool. I hope I find this here on our website. I will keep looking, and then I can also add this in later.
There are a few requests for like PhD programs and also how to connect with you. So, dear Eddie, the email that you can connect or contact for Heilbronn is in chat. Let me copy that for you.
I
So,
can probably, what for me works best is when people send me WhatsApp messages. I switch to WhatsApp messages because I'm much faster, and I put my phone number here in the chat if you want to, with specific questions.
So, dear Eddie, please check the chat then. The number will be there. And about PhD, I know it's not now the place because we are not discussing PhD programs, we are discussing bachelor ones. In case there are any PhD positions or spots available, it will be also mentioned on the university pages or announced by professors. So feel free to check them. Professor, okay, I will copy your phone number because now it's visible only for hosts and panelists, and I will share that to everybody. So, dear Eddie, if you're still with us, feel free to check the chat.
Also, you can send me an email, which I can, can probably also share, because the official email address is the Bell email address, but this is faster.
Professor, I will also share your
Yes,
email.
I shared my email address, so I'm not sure if everybody can see it right now, but
I just copied it for because it was for host and panelists, and I copied both of your emails that everybody can see it.
Yes.
Great. So nice. Thank you very much.